Hey my beautiful friends, I hope you all are doing fantabulous today. I'm going to do a little different type of video today. I'm doing a different video for you guys today because I got a humidifier and another little thing to help with my anxiety from the store, and the humidifier is to help with the dryness that I get at night when I am sleeping, because I wake up with a very dry mouth in the mornings generally, and I think that that's because of the way I sleep. So I'm going to try something a little bit different, and I'm going to set up this humidifier that I got from Walmart. As you guys can see, it's an Equate brand, which is a Walmart brand. I'm going to try to set it up and see if this will help to make the air less dry in my room, especially during like the winter time. I had a humidifier at one point, but the problem is it doesn't work anymore for some reason. And so I ended up getting a new one. And then I have a little surprise afterwards that I want to show you guys that I got for myself. Go ahead and get this little humidifier out of here. Here we go. Here's the little humidifier. Now the question is, just take this off, and this should just fill it up, I guess, and then put the lid back on it. So, go ahead and try and set this up, and then I'll show you guys the other little surprise that I got. So I'm going to try to set it up over there on my night table. Okay, perfect. It actually has a little spot that fits perfectly right here. Alright, now I just gotta plug it in. There we go. Now, I have a bowl of water that I set out last night that I'm going to dump in here. Alright, and now we need to go get some more water so I can continue to fill it up to the max line, or at least a little bit below the max line and stuff. And then we can test it out and see how it works. So I'm gonna do that with you guys. But how has your guys' day been? It's been good? My day has been pretty good. I woke up, hubby's still at work. He came home for lunch, for a lunch break, so him and I went out and had lunch together at Chick-fil-A, and then he had to unfortunately go back to work. So he had a meeting that he had to attend. There we go. And now, set this up, and now we just press power. There we go. And now, it should hopefully work. So, there we go. And now It should hopefully work. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but yep, it works. Sorry guys, that was kind of a weird angle for you guys. I'm sorry about that. Now, we have one more little surprise that we're going to try to set up. And I'm going to take the trash out after we chat. I'm going to keep it in there. So, I bought a Zen garden. I've been wanting one of these for a very long time, and you know what? I decided it was time to get one, because I saw one for like 15 bucks at Wally World. So I decided I need to get one for myself. I don't know if you guys are able to even see me. But this is the little Zen garden. And I'm going to set it up with you guys. So I got to find a better way to do this. I'm going to find a better way to set this up for you guys, so you guys can actually see me doing stuff instead of just wondering what I'm doing. So, let's see. Can I make this easy for you guys to see? Right. Put you guys there. And then... Is that better? Can you guys better see what I'm doing here? Kneel down for you guys just to make it so you guys can actually see me. Sorry if you didn't get to see me setting up the other stuff. I'm doing my best, guys. I'm doing my best. I don't have a tripod yet to do what I wanted to do, I think. I have to look at my tripod. Got little trees, got a little guy, got some rocks, we have a little statue, I think, in here. This little statue. Guys, it's warm in this room. I don't know if you guys are warm or not, but let me go get a different shirt on. There you go, guys. I'm so sweaty, guys. I just needed to change into something less clutter, like less hot. It was good for when I went outside, but it's just too much. This is so soft feeling. So just getting all of this stuff out so that we can set things up. And this little tower. This, we got a little flower. We got some rocks. And we got our sand. So let's go ahead and put this up. I know my hair is crazy, guys. I need to brush it again because the wind. And do this. And then we're gonna here. There you go. And we could take this. Put it right there. Look at this. Right there. Like that. Can you guys see this at all? I feel like you guys can't really see what I'm doing. And then we're going to take these rocks and I'm just going to stick them like this. And my little duder guy is going to go in the center. These little trees. Yeah. Stick them there. And we got itty bitty rocks. I'm not going to use these itty bitty rocks right now. I don't really want them in there. So I'm just going to put that in there. And then we got our little tools here. So I'm going to use these tools. And a little roller where you push sand around. Make the sand flat. I love it, guys. This is perfect. So, I got little tools. I'm just going to keep them in here so that they don't get lost. I don't want them getting lost. I'm just going to keep the little tools in there. But this is our little Zen garden. I'm in love with it. So now I'm going to put you guys up here so I can stand up and talk to you guys. I think we can use this bag and we can put the tools in here, so I'll do that. Let me get rid of that. I'm gonna put it in this bag. Like this. But yeah, I've been wanting a Zen garden for a very long time, guys. And so when I finally saw one that I liked, that had pieces in it that I liked and stuff, I decided to keep it. So now we have our little bag with all of our little tools that we're going to keep there. And we're going to keep this on our table in front of us where we have our TV and stuff, so that way we can actually like use it. But how has your all days been? Mine's been good so far. Like I said, I went to lunch with hubby. And then we kind of just, I gave him a hug. He basically came home, had lunch with me, and went back to work. Which he got an unexpected email while he was driving home that he had a meeting at 2 p.m. for this thing that he's doing. So that's why he unfortunately had to go back to work. So and now I get to throw stuff in the trash Anyway, all right, that was pretty much setting up all of that. I wanted to just do that with you guys because I know that normally my videos are like just me chatting at you guys, not really doing a whole lot in my videos. So I figured, you know what, since I had this stuff that I got today, I decided I was just gonna do this with you guys and make everybody do something fun, you know? So I'm gonna probably play with my little Zen garden after I chat with you guys. But anyway, one of the things that I'm noticing, and I don't know if this happens to just me, but usually in the changes of weather, I get very, very dry lips, guys. Like, not my lips particularly, but like the part up here gets very dry and it starts to bother me. And then I have this like habit of licking it, which makes it worse. If you all know anything that I can do to stop doing that, because it doesn't matter, even if I put chapstick on it or like anything, I still have that tendency to do that. So if you guys know how to stop me from licking my lips so much, I would greatly appreciate any suggestions you guys have. My humidifier is all set up. It's gorgeous. I love it. Hopefully this helps with the humidity in the air and stuff like that. Oh, we have my little Dumbo friend. He's currently lapped up in my baby blanket that I love, my blanket that I love. My little Dumbo. I love Dumbo. He's literally the kind that just, he has my personality basically. He's very much like me in a sense. So that's why I fell in love with Dumbo. I gotta say, I think of all of my other Disney movies, which I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but you guys know I like Disney. I like Disney movies. I'm a Disney adult, okay? I don't have a bunch of Disney stuff, but I do love Disney. And out of literally some of my favorite Disney movies, my favorite one of all times is Dumbo, and the other one is Bambi. Those are like my two top favorite Disney movies and stuff. I also like Lilo and Stitch and whatnot, but I think Dumbo and Bambi are like my top favorites in terms of Disney movies. I haven't seen either one of those movies in a very long time, but I want to get the Dumbo DVD. I want to get the DVDs for both Dumbo and for Bambi. I want to find the DVDs for them because I love those movies and stuff, and I have a DVD player, so I could definitely use it and watch Dumbo. So yeah, but my bed is made, as you guys can see. I made my bed. The only thing I didn't do is I didn't straighten out this blanket, which has kitty cats on it and stuff. Excuse me, guys. So actually, let's do that together. Let's put this on the bed. There we go. Now my bed has a blanket on it and everything is all set. So yeah. Alright. I want to talk a little bit about some of my autism traits / struggles. Again, I'm not a licensed professional. I'm an autistic 30-year-old, and I wanted to just do a little bit of a video just chatting with you guys about like my struggles with being autistic, okay? Because let's be honest, it makes me who I am. So like my autism does impact who I am as a person. It makes me who I am as a person, and it makes the way I think. It affects obviously the way I think. It affects the way I process the world. It affects pretty much everything in my life. But at the same time, I'm just like, I also just feel like my autism is like also a disability, you know? It's like, I feel like it's a disability because my sensory issues prevent me from being able to go out and do stuff that I want to do. So, like, I would love to be able to go to, like, a concert or be able to go to the cinema, like the movies, the cinema and stuff. But I can't. And it's not for a lack of not wanting to. It's for the simple reason that my sensory issues are so bad that I just feel like if I were to go, I would get so overstimulated so fast, and it would just not be a good thing. And another thing, like, my sensory issues in general just drive me absolutely up the walls, and the worst is at night. And it's not every single night, but the worst is at night when I'm trying to sleep and I'm trying to calm down and just nothing feels right. Nothing feels the way it should. My body doesn't feel the way it should. My blankets don't feel the way they should. Nothing feels the way it should, even though nothing has changed in how I am, who I am, all of that stuff. It just feels wrong. Everything just feels wrong. And I hate it so much because I just want to get to sleep, and I get frustrated some nights when this happens, and then I have a meltdown over it, and then I'm exhausted even more, which makes things even harder. And on top of that, it's like, I feel like my autism just makes it so that I don't have the level of energy that other people do, and like my processing is different than other people. So oftentimes, like, I will hear things that other people don't. Like, I will be lying in my bed at night and I can hear like what is like sounds like a high-pitched noise, a very, very high-pitched noise, probably coming from one of my fans or probably coming from something else, which I don't notice during the day all the time, but I do notice it, especially when I'm going to lie down in bed to go to sleep. I do notice that there is that like background noise that just irritates the daylights out of me and stuff, and I don't like it, and I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't like the sensory issues that come with my autism and stuff, and I hate it because sometimes people will be joking with me or saying something jokingly sarcastic or something, and unless I know you really well, I'm probably not going to notice that you're joking or that you're like not trying to hurt my feelings, and I will take it literally and I will get upset about it. And that's the one thing I don't like about that, you know, like, even as far as the fact that I can't wear a lot of jewelry. You guys see me occasionally wearing jewelry, right? Where I say, well, these are my jewelries that I will always wear. It's hard because I want to wear them all the time, but then there are times like right now where I'm not wearing any jewelry because I literally can't, and it irritates my skin and it bothers me. And like wearing rings, even though I love my wedding ring and I love my jewelry and I want to be able to wear it all the time, I physically can't. And coming to that realization that I can't is hard because I really do enjoy my jewelry. So it's a fun time to try to figure all this out and stuff. And like having hair that's on my neck bothers me so much, which is why I have to keep my hair short and I have to get it cut like every month. Get the sides and the back shaved, cut up, and like get the front so that it's like this and not like in my face, because I hate the feeling of it being in my face. I hate the feeling of like hair touching my neck. It just bothers me so much, which is why I can't have long hair. Even though I like the look of long hair, I can't wear long hair because of that, and it bothers me. And then I always have it up in a ponytail if it is long, and then it hurts my head and it gives me even more headaches. And I already struggle with headaches, guys, you know this. I think I've mentioned it regularly that I have headaches quite frequently. But it's so difficult because I want to be able to do all of these things and I can't and stuff like that. And it just bothers me to no end. And then we have the part of like, my husband and I are very different in the way that we like our house. I'm very, very much the kind of person that like, I don't mind clutter, but I need it to be organized clutter. He, on the other hand, doesn't care. Also, I'm gonna sneeze at some point, so if I make weird faces, that's why. But he doesn't care about how the house looks, how things look. I do. I get very easily bothered when things aren't right, when things don't feel right and stuff, and I get very upset over it, and I don't know, I feel like no matter how much I try to keep our house looking good and looking at least tidy, if not necessarily making it look clutter-free, because our house is never going to be clutter-free. We're two neurodivergent people who live here. We live with 4 cats. Our house is never going to be completely clutter-free, okay? That's just the way it is. I'm very much a kind of person where I like my stuff, okay? My room is never going to be completely clutter-free. It looks definitely a whole hell of a lot better than it did before, because I gave a lot of stuff away, which, again, that was really, really hard. But, like, I'm never going to be the kind of person that can be a minimalist, I feel. And I have that side of me that really loves the idea of minimalism so much, but yet I just can't do it. It's just not something I can do because of my own things and the fact that I get so attached to things that I just can't let go of my comfort items, guys. I can't. I physically can't. Like, I can put them away for a little bit and, like, put them in my sensory corner and, like, change my bed around so that there's not as much stuff on there, and stuff. But then there are just times where I'm just like, I just want to pile all of my favorite things on top of me and just be buried under everything. And it's so frustrating, guys, because, like, I just want to be able to, like, have the different parts of me feel like they can work together. And the part of me that likes to collect things versus the part of me that wants to be minimalist, they clash. Because obviously if you're a collector of things, you can't be a minimalist. And if you're a minimalist, it feels like the collections that you can have to be minimal. And my collections are not minimal. Like, at all. Not even close. Like, I collect things that are not minimal. My stuffed animals, my blankets, my dolls, all of these things, they're not minimal. It's not like a minimal thing for me. So it really, like, irritates me that I can't have both sides of me kind of cooperating with each other. I have such a hard time letting go of things. That's the reality, is like, I want to keep all of my stuff, but at the same time too, I don't want to get to a point where my stuff is overtaking my life. I don't want it to get to a point where, like, I have no room in my house because I have too much stuff. And we have gotten rid of a lot, but I still feel like my house is constantly full of things, and it feels like no matter how hard I try, it's just never going to be enough to make me feel good. And I think I just have to get to a point where I have to just accept that this is who I am, and that there's nothing wrong with who I am, and that I can still love something and not be able to make it work for me. So, like, I can still love the idea of minimalism without it being a part of, like, my life, because I just can't be minimalistic, guys. I think my idea of what my thing is going to be with minimalism and everything is the idea that I'm going to only keep the things that bring me joy. But I'm still going to keep the stuff that brings me joy. I'm not going to get rid of it just to be minimal. So, like, yeah, I will get rid of the things that, like, are not things that I use or things that bring me joy, which I've done. I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff, guys. You guys saw what my room looked like a few months ago versus what it looks like now. It is definitely a lot less chaotic, a lot less cluttered. But at the same time, it's like there are days where it just still feels like too much. I don't know how else to explain it, and it's hard because, like I mentioned in a video a couple of nights ago, I have a fear of losing my things. I have a fear of something bad happening to my house and I lose my stuff. It is just a fear that I have. It's a fear that I've had for a very, very, very long time. I've had it since childhood. It's just something that I'm afraid of. So, anyway, I just wanted to come on here and just do this little bit of a video with you guys. It ended up being 29 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go. I love you guys. As always, remember, if you're going through it, you'll get through it, and remember who you are, and I will talk to you guys later. If you have any comments, concerns, or anything, any feedback about all of this, put it down in the comments, and give me some video suggestions, guys. Do you guys want to see another day in the life? Do you guys want to see a morning routine? What do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see, like, some of my favorite stuffies or favorite dolls or, like, anything like that? Would you guys want to see an updated room tour? So let me know down in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.